Hello and happy Monday. Welcome from Just Desk Cam today, and for what proves to be a pretty quick live because we don't know how to cope with heat in this country. So it's very, very hot in England right now. In the UK, and the more specific part is that Britain doesn't cope well with it. We don't have air conditioning in our homes. My desk is the hottest place in the house. Our house actually works a little better for keeping it cool than the average house here. We're in a post-war house it's far more efficient in how it keeps heat and cool than something built ages before, like exists all over this country. But that does not mean that it is by any means cool, and my desk is super hot. And also it is hot enough that they have closed school today and tomorrow. So I'm also back to being homeschooling mom and trying to get that work done too. So I'm going to try to do a layout while WB has his lunch, and he might chime in at the end. Hello and happy birthday to Deb. Everybody say happy birthday to Deb. It's your birthday. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope wherever you are that you are staying safe in whatever weather you've got, because it is warm here and we are not the only ones that are having a heat wave. I know this is a lot of stuff. Debbie's like, whoa, no school due to the heat. Yes, the school is too hot to be safe, and they've had children having to go to hospital and things like that at the end of last week, and today and tomorrow are scheduled to be the two hottest days of this heat wave, so they went ahead and closed. And then we're almost to the end, and then we get summer holidays. Anyway, so I'm going to do a quick review here of what I've made so far with the kit. I've got kid in a wig. So I've got this one from last Friday, which is all finished now. I like it with the journaling in all these different spots. I like even more. So that made me quite happy. I've got the 10 photo layout from Legoland. I've got a single photo with a whole bunch of writing on one side, embellishment on one side, and never the two shall mix, something like that. A half and half composition page. And a single photo Legoland page with that most perfect piece of paper ever made. So that's 5 done with this kit already. Today I've got 2 from yesterday. So I'm going to do this one, and we'll make a little sketch. I'll do my speech, and then we'll get this made. See how quickly I can put it together. So what I'm thinking here is these photos taken on exceptionally sunny day. So I'm going to use that sunshine paper. I know they weren't taken at the beach or anything like that, but the blue of the water here matches the blue of his shirt. I'm going to go with that. Yeah? So that should speed things up a bit. Oh my goodness. I'm just realizing how hot my desk is. It's making me quite dizzy. So hold on. Going to drink more water. Right, so we've got our page here. Also, hilariously, tried to use some nail stickers. They're really weird nail stickers in that they don't feel like nail varnish. And so all the ones I've ever used before, you can just go around and trim them like by pushing it and it breaks. These don't. And one just completely gave up the ghost. Like, I've had them on for half an hour and one just went, nope, I'm done. So little pandas, I don't know if you can see that. Pandas wearing glasses. It was a cute idea, but not exactly a quality product. Okay, so the paper has this sunshine coming out over here. Yeah, and it has a 1/3, 2/3 page design already. So we know I love that. And I'm going to put a photo here and a photo here, so that we have that sort of thing. How we know those are photos. Yeah? And then I'm also going to put a journaling box in here. So you could do this with with 3 photos and then journal somewhere else. Like you could journal over here. But I'm going to do 2 photos in a journaling box. Cool. Then some embellishment coming from behind these. And my title is going to run parallel with that dividing line. Yeah? Maybe some more embellishment down here. So basically, I'm going to make this block of layers and embellishment and then plunk it onto that background. So here we go. If you want to screen cap that sketch, there it is. If you don't have this paper and you want to substitute something else and still use this sketch, just use one third. This is the 1/3 side. 1/3 of one pattern paper, 2/3 of another pattern paper, and make it a background that way. Yeah? All right. I don't have a camera to switch, so I'm going to do my speech here. Hi! My name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your story in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising legally. I have to make sure you're aware of that. So thank you, as always, for coming to watch my #advertising. If you have any questions, you may find the answers in the description box below this video. There's links to all the supplies I'm using this month, all the supplies I'll be using next month, and classes that I teach, other places you can find me on the internet, all that good kind of stuff, and a description of this whole concept of what is the best of both worlds. It's not a kit you subscribe to, it's a list of things that I'm going to use each month, all rounded into a nice kit that will produce layouts without you having to rummage for lots of other things. And you can then either follow along by shopping or by choosing similar items from your stash. And you can scrap along live, or you can watch the lives and then just absorb that to go into your scrapping at some other time. Okay? If you have a question that's not answered in the box, please get in touch. I'm more than happy to answer your questions and help you out. You can talk in the live chat. You can talk in the chats later. All sorts of things like that. Okay. Corey says, can we do WB's schoolwork at the library or somewhere else with AC? I love the idea that you would think our library has air conditioning. Our library is probably 10 degrees hotter than it is in our house right now. Actually, the rest of the house, aside from this space where my desk is actually relatively cool. But yeah, if it gets too hot here, of all places, the gym has air conditioning. So we might hang out there. And the pool had been closed for a little while. Ben and Snap. And it reopened on Friday. And I think tomorrow, when swimming lessons restart, because he hasn't been in the pool since they closed it for a few months to refurb, I think it would be perfectly acceptable homeschooling that we go spend an afternoon in the pool before his lesson, because A, phys ed, B, cool, C, he'll need to remember how to swim before he goes into a swimming lesson, and then I get to swim too, right? This all seems like a good plan. So tomorrow, I think we'll do schoolwork at the gym. There's like an air-conditioned cafe and workroom. So yeah, it's very pleasant there. I think that's a good plan. Sarah says, libraries without air conditioning, does that deteriorate the book? Or the books? Well, we don't often have this weather. This is a new thing. That's why we're not prepared for it, because historically we haven't had it. So now, as like the first year I came here, there was one day when it hit in the 30s Celsius, 90s Fahrenheit, and people were ill and stuff like that, and it was just like a whoa kind of day. But it was a one day, and only on the very southern edge of the country. I lived on the south coast in Brighton at the time, and Brighton's very hilly, so I was walking up hills in that, and I did feel very, very wobbly. And there were a lot of cases of people being unwell, but it was just one day. And now, as the years go on, it's not just one day. So there we go. Right, we need to find a journaling card or something to put up here. So let's go to my cut aparts and see what I got left. I've also got some grid paper here, so this is also an option. But yeah, that's why we're not prepared, because we don't deal with it. We are also really bad at snow. London doesn't own any snowplows, like the city does not own any snowplows. And there's a very famous story that one year, when our now outgoing prime minister was mayor, we got a big snowstorm, and the mayor's office called Scotland and said, "Can we borrow some snowplows?" And they said, "Get your own snowplows," and did not send any. So the city just shut down for like 2 days. It made for pretty pictures, but that's it. So basically the whole country, if you can work from home, is back to working from home today. At first, there was a suggestion from the Department for Education that schools cannot close, and then that went out the window pretty quickly. And a lot of schools, most schools in the UK wear uniform. Ours does not, but most schools in the UK wear uniform. So schools that have stayed open today, a lot of them have said don't wear uniform. And then some schools have said very much, you are still wearing uniform and we're still in school. So, I mean, there's the whole gamut. Jim has said, libraries tend to be old historic buildings, but I don't think the books are affected. Yeah, and our library, our local library, is a funny thing where, like many places, our library was closed and sold off by the local council a while back. And because of the kind of neighborhood this is, where people were like, you're going to do what? Sorry, no, not acceptable. A local charity in the neighborhood donated, they refurbed their basement and donated it to be used as a public library. And the librarians at our library are all local volunteers, but they're still in the same library system. So we can still borrow books and everything within our borough's library system, but it's all run by volunteers at our particular place. This makes me both proud of our neighborhood being able to sustain this and keep a library open, and angry that they probably went, you know what, if they close their library, they'll probably come up with something themselves, which is kind of infuriating. Yeah, but there we go. Okay, so I'm going to use that one as the journaling box. I'm going to bring out black for edges here. And then, I'm going to find what I can use. Oh, hey WB, did you finish eating your lunch? Yeah. Okay. You want to come say hi? There's no face cam. There's just desk cam. So if you want to... Okay. Because the tripod's still downstairs? Or you just heard me talking?
I heard every single word.
Okay. Come give them a wave. Okay. This is about yesterday.
Yes.
If I send you with that journaling card and I say, do you see this line here that goes along the bottom that's a little bolder than the others? Yeah. Don't write below that because it's gonna get covered up. If I send you with a journaling pen and this space to that line to fill, can you write about yesterday? A little bit? What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah?
Why aren't you going to do anything there?
I am going to do a little bit. The title here, I'm going to mostly let that sunshine be. Yeah? Do you want a pen?
Yes. I thought you could put some like...
Confetti?
Ink and stuff.
Ink and stuff? Oh, I'm not going to ink over the prettiness that's there already. Let's try this pen. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay. My head is not coping well with being here, so I'm going to do this very quickly. Hold on, let me check this one. Okay. Take that to somewhere cooler. Don't hang out here. I don't want you getting this hot. Thank you. Okay. So he's going to fill in that journaling box to go there. I'm going to pop some papers behind these pieces. I'm going to drink more water. Autumn says he's so tan, I'm not used to his little brown hands. I know. And he's wearing sun cream all the time, but a bit like his hair going super blonde in the sunshine. I think as soon as the sun comes out, his skin goes pretty brown, and he's already got a t-shirt tan line. It's not, I know this sounds funny to say already because lots of parts of the world are like, it's been summer for ages, but it hasn't been here. Like, how long ago was I still in a cardigan? Like 3 weeks? So it does feel like the beginning of summer, not the middle of summer. Hence why we're still in school. Okay, so I've got one in yellow, and then what's the other side of that grid paper look like? Flowers. Make sure that's my best bet, but I think it is. Oh, I could use this. No, I like that. Okay, that wins. Quick decision. It's okay. I'm just going to be quick today. Sorry, I didn't mean to gasp before. My head just went, nope, too hot. So I had a drink. I'm all right, but I'm not going to stay too long. Boo, 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 boo. Which is fine, because sometimes it's really nice to know that you can make pages quickly, right? It's good. So during the show, which way do I want them to go? During the show, after the show. I'm interested to see what his journaling says, because I think I'll also do some journaling about this day, and then I can have them both perspectives in there, which is nice. Yeah. Okay. Do as much as you want or as little as you want. It's all good. I don't know. Oh. Well, you could say how many performances you did, or about bringing you in at the last minute to do a routine with a different group, or anything like that. So let's put a tag in here. I did not punch with good centering, but it is okay. Tag behind there. Oh, you can use a different pen. Sorry, I apparently gave him a dodgy pen. Whoops. Let's have a look at these embellishments. We're good. I'm all right. It's okay. Thank you for your concern. I promise I won't do anything too silly. Yep. Oh, apparently I've given him a very difficult task. I didn't realize. I might move this one up. There's only 2 pieces left with that handwriting. So I might move one to another section. I'm not sure. Okay. And then I've got these. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I just realized you probably can't hear him, and you can hear me going, yep, and be like, what is she saying yep to? Sorry. He's getting confirmation on things. Okay, so what if I move that one up to where the journaling will be up there, and I'll put Yeah, you can have a different pen. It's fine. And then do hearts.
This pen is really dodgy.
This pen is really dodgy. Okay, so if you go downstairs to, you know, I had put all the good pens to take to draw with Rob. That's like a biro though, isn't it? Well, you can try it if you like it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
It's a good pen.
It's a good pen? Okay, try it with that.
It's not a dodgy one.
It's not a dodgy one. Ah.
I didn't know I took the pen and the lid fell off.
Oh, well, don't lose the lid. Okay.
I'm using the lid.
Right. Burp, burp, burp. Chinny says, do they have portable window AC units in the UK? Not as much as in the States. They do appear here and there, but not in historic buildings because they have rules on what you are allowed to put in the windows. And a question about how are the sea monkeys? Well, I keep having to top their water up because it's evaporating so quickly. But they've been swimming about like mad. They seem really, really happy. So they must like the warmer temperatures. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you could hear that. He said he thinks they're from a country that has really warm temperatures. Yes, Jocelyn is correct. Museums and art galleries have temperature regulation. Not as cold as the AC that you have in America, but yes. Yeah. So, oh, well, like we spent Saturday morning, we were at the British Library, which is different than a normal library. It's kind of library/museum. And it was positively joyful. Like it was a beautiful temperature. Yep. Right, so a title going across here. Oh, I've already used all the enamel dots, haven't I? Amazing. So I'm going to put a title on that's going to make sense with the journaling I'm going to add. It may or may not make sense with the journaling he's going to add. So if I need to add like a subtitle to make his make sense, I can do that too. You're done? Do you want to bring it in? No, that's fine.
Which is, I did 3 performances.
Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, that pen was super dodgy.
It was really dodgy.
Okay. Maybe we try again later. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry if I wasted that.
Oh, it's no big deal at all. I'll put it here, but we'll do one that looks a little bit more like actual handwriting for you.
Why do you never use this on Maleficent? You never.
She sits here, but she's normally out of the shot. But Sherry made her for me, and you put a straw with it, but I normally have a mug here. So I usually just have her sitting on Maleficent. Okay, dude, I really want to finish this really quickly. So go have a look at next bit of your homework or something, and I'm going to do this fast, okay? And then I'll bring you in to check it at the end if you want. But I don't want you standing in here. It's too hot. Cool. Right. So apparently I did give him a very dodgy pen. Whoops. Because that doesn't look like his handwriting. We'll sort it out later.
My handwriting's worse than that.
No, it's not. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use a title that makes sense with what I want to write down. Because memory-wise, what I want to write. So yesterday wasn't like a full show in the theater. They've already done that. And this was the end of term like work sharing where they just show what they've been doing for the last 6 weeks or so. And 6-8 weeks ago, he moved up into a different group. And so had been working with new people, new routines, all that sort of stuff. And because of the heat, they had separated the performances into different time blocks rather than have all of the kids and all of the parents all there on the street outside all at the same time. They're like, these kids will perform here and these kids perform here, and so that you didn't have to stay the whole time. I knew I had to stay the whole time because I was a photographer. So anyway, when he was getting ready to do the first group, then they came in and said, is there any chance that you could come actually do some routines with your old group as well, because they're down some people who haven't made it in, and we've got like big gaps in the choreography and stuff. And he was like, well, I could, but I haven't like practiced with them for all of this time. And they said, oh, we think you can do it, so come in and have a go. He had 20 minutes and was able. Oh, he did miss his lunch break. He got one later. It was okay. But he was shouting out, but I missed my lunch break. But I was impressed with his ability to just be like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And he was absolutely fine. So that's what I'm going to write about. And that's why I'm using this title, because that's what it felt like, that it was a little like of a grown-up kind of thing to do, to be like, actually, no, I can do that. I can help you out. I can work with this other group, and I can take 20 minutes and get the act together. And yeah, I was impressed. So he did 3 shows in the end, and it also meant that he got to perform at the Piazza in Covent Garden, which is a big honkin' deal. So these are on the street outside the studio. Well, this one is. But then they did all of these numbers there, and then they chose a few numbers to go down to where there's a really famous spot in Covent Garden where street performers are all the time. And there's a big pub over the top of Covent Garden Market that if you go to that pub, you're overlooking it. So you have an audience up high and you have an audience down on the ground. And like magicians are there, people who do all sorts of things, but they all have to audition and get a spot. It's not just a street corner where people rock up. And so they have a certain amount of time that they're allowed, just once or twice a year, to go down and perform. And yeah, so we got to do that for the first time ever, which was very cool. There we go. Right. So this is going to be like that. I feel like I need to bring in some green embellishment because I'm using the green letters, but I've also got some kind of random bits of green in the embellishment in this kit, so I'm going to put it all to use. So I'm not going to stick anything that I'm sticking here. I'm not going to stick too much because I'm going to replace that and give him another chance to write, and I'll put my journaling on too. Yeah. Debbie says that she's going to join WB's fan club when he has one. Aw, thanks. Did I put this over here maybe? And Jocelyn's like, are you going to use your scrap pass? No, I don't think I need to. A stash pass, you mean? Like, am I going to go grab stuff from stash? I don't think I need to. I think I'm good. I've got plenty here. So that might even be cute to come all the way off the page. I'll see how that goes. Where do I want that want that word to go? Maybe it goes here. Kind of like that. So yeah, you know, the sorts of things that I like scrapbooking, these sorts of things where it's not something that's like a universal, everybody's going to have this in their album. Like, it's not a birthday, it's not Christmas, but they're the little bits of the story that are really nice to remember looking back. Yeah? Oh, Jocelyn said for the enamel dots. Yes. I don't even ever, once I've used all the enamel dots in a kit and I just start dipping into stash, yeah, I don't even really count that too much as a stash pass. Yeah, I used the whole first set, so I'm allowed to get more. So are you. Okay, anything else in here that would work well? Do I like that? Do I not like that? I'm not sure. Hey, there's more green. I've got a lime. Why not? We're going to put a lime in here. Where? It's just too off scale. Tiny lime, giant butterfly. Never mind. We're not going to put a lime in there. Okay. Right. So if you joined in the middle, I gave him a terribly dodgy pen. I'm going to sort that out later. That's going to be a journaling card with journaling from both of us. I think I might also write in white underneath here. And then I'm going to do gold mist once the journaling's done. I'll put a little string through here, and I will grab some enamel dots from my stash to finish it off because I've used all the enamel dots already. These are green, but not the right green. I probably have a better green. So, do I see it straight away or do I have to dig for it later? Oh. I pulled these out because I thought that lime green that's in the box of crayons, enamel dots would be great, but there's one on that sheet. So I might need to look for some more. I've also got one green heart here. These, however, are a nice mix to this color here. So enamel dots, gold mist, journaling, string. And that's pretty much what I'm going to leave it as. So that is where I'm going to leave it today and get back into somewhere where I am a little more comfortable from the heat. I hope wherever you are staying comfortable as well. And just enjoy your day. And we will see you, well, I will see you again on Friday morning, where it should be a far more reasonable time. Yeah, live again, 9:30 in the morning on Friday, UK time. But you can always watch anytime on the replay. And remember, this was layout 6 for this month. So if you really wanted to watch for longer, you can go find one of those videos right now and catch up with that if there's anything you missed. And you know, if you're totally caught up, you could always do some sort of blast from the past and pick something from the archives. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. If you enjoyed this video and you want to give it a thumbs up, that's super awesome, and I give you a thumbs up right back. Mwah! Have a great week. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, hey, WB, do you want to say bye?
Bye.
He says bye.